All right, in Mystery Solved News. Oh, actually, in Mystery Solved News.
Oh.
Submitted by Joe Malia for all of you.
It's called Jomalia, man.
Jomalia.
You don't know?
He doesn't know.
He just started following us on Instagram.
It's been years since we've gotten together and hung out.
We made a video like fucking like over 8 years ago and shit, but like, you know.
Since the conception of Just Kidding News.
And he's salty about it.
I don't know, you've been traveling to Korea.
Yeah.
I am mad
You're here now.
salty.
You're already here now.
I'm mad salty. When I first met y'all, they weren't even dating. Now they have kids. Like, it's all types of stuff.
Hey, you decided to go to Korea to be a pop star.
I want you to be a fucking famous dude.
Yeah, I didn't know when you came back to the United States.
United States.
Yep.
What do you mean?
Like I've always been here.
A new Netflix documentary reveals taped confessions of Tupac's murder.
What the?
Is that out?
Can't they just let
watch
Tupac
that.
chill?
Did it pass the statutes of the limitations, so that's why they could speak freely about the crimes that they committed?
Oh damn, has it been out?
No, it's actually because the guy who confesses this, he says that he has cancer now and that he has nothing to lose. He just wants the truth to be out.
Dang.
What if his chemo treatments actually work and then now he's okay?
Was he always a suspect, or is this some random person like, I killed Tupac?
No, so
They're saying
Actually,
the
yeah,
cops
he
are.
wa- he
They're
was
saying the
a
cops are
suspect.
behind all that too, like those conspiracy stuff too.
So who is it?
here's Tupac.
Oh, that's a great photo of him.
With some fucking dope teeth.
So that's how he looks like.
Yeah,
No, no.
in case you didn't know.
Yeah, if you didn't know.
So
The dope ass eyelashes. God damn.
We have the same hat size.
Really?
When I do a snapback, I do 2 holes too.
How do you notice these little
Look at the
details?
snapback.
That's not even a size of the hat. That's just how
I put it on the. I put on
how
the.
you choose to wear it. Like,
Due to Tupac?
I put it on the 2. I let 2 holes. I put on.
So
the,
snapbacks are all the same size?
How do you know?
that's actually how he got his name, Tupac, because he put the two. Yeah, that's a little fun fact for you non-rap heads out there. Yeah, that's how he.
I'm gonna believe you, dude.
Alright, so Tupac was murdered in a drive-by shooting back in 1996 in Las Vegas. And so one of the suspects, known as Keefe D, he came out in this documentary.
I need to watch this motherfucker. What is it called?
So this Netflix docuseries, it's called Unsolved.
Unsolved.
Yeah, Unsolved.
All right.
Unsolved, the Tupac and Biggie murders. It's a 10-part Netflix docuseries.
I don't care about Biggie because I already know.
Is it out?
I need to know about
Because I'm gonna watch this
Tupac.
shit like fucking tonight, dude.
Yup.
Yeah,
believe
I
it is.
definitely want to watch that.
But so Keefe D, he was in this other documentary thing, apparently, where like a BET one
the documentary star, huh?
called Death Row Chronicles.
Yeah.
Damn, Death Row Chronicles, huh?
Months ago, he came out in this, and that's when he revealed that he's sick and that he wants to just finally tell the world what happened.
Oh damn.
I don't believe he's sick unless he has that tube that goes like this.
They need the little compressor tank next to him.
I know
Yeah.
exactly what that tube's called.
What is it called?
It's that shit from Breaking Bad when that guy was in with the ringing bell guy who was in the chair.
Yeah.
Ding, 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 ding. Yeah. So then, all right. So
So
that
you admitted
night-
that he killed Tupac?
No, he didn't. He's
Oh.
not saying that he killed.
Oh, somebody else.
He's being a rata.
Every time I'm in Vegas and I take a taxi from the airport to any of the hotels on the strip, every single taxi cab that I'm in, like almost like in different places, like, oh, that's where Tupac died. And I'm like, the last guy said Tupac died like next to this. Like they always are like, oh no, that's where Tupac died. He died right there. That street.
Like
corner."
they always say a different place.
Always a different place.
Oh my god.
It's amazing.
Yeah. So that night when he died, he was in the car with Suge Knight. This is Suge Knight. He was driving the car. Pac was passenger. And so now I'm gonna play the part where he confesses,
Yeah.
kind of.
Cool.
I mean, they call it a confession, but it's not him who did it. I don't know.
Taxi cab confession.
Keefe D and crew go back towards the strip.
Stopping got some liquor. We was gonna party and shit. Other little drinks.
Meanwhile, Tupac and Suge are driving towards the 662 Club. Behind them, there are some girls screaming, Tupac, Tupac.
We came up Harlem and shit. Here he coming at BMW. All the chicks was like, Tupac, Tupac. And he was like, hey, like a celebrity, like he was in the parade. He didn't even been out the window. We would have never seen him. My partner was you. When we pulled up, I was in the front seat. Happened to see my friend, Shug.
Shug looks over, he sees you.
Yeah.
He looks right at you.
Yeah, he was in.
Oh shit.
You said the shots came from the back. Big Dre, Orlando. Who shot Tupac?
I keep it for the code of the streets. It just came from the back seat, bro.
But then later it came out that he said it was his nephew, Orlando. No, wait, is it? Yeah, Orlando Baby Lane Anderson, who was the one who killed Pac. But Orlando died in 1998, so 2 years later in a shootout. So he can't really be arrested.
I don't
for it.
understand like why he
Orchestrated it.
coming out just like.
Oh, I forgot to say why. So Baby Lane, apparently he was trying to steal something from like one of Pac's like homies, and then that's when they ended up jumping him. And so
Early on, there was that fight in the lobby, right?
yeah, it was at the MGM.
Yeah.
MGM
That they have that
Grand.
video footage where they fight in the lobby.
Yeah, so that's because they were jumping this dude, and
And they
they're
caught
also
up with
from
him.
rival gangs. So like, Orlando is from Southside Crips, and then Pac was affiliated with Bloods. So then that was another added reason, and so that's when he wanted to get his revenge for being jumped. And so they knew that Pac was gonna be performing at the 662 club. And so that's why they went to that club. He didn't show up. They were leaving. And then that's the clip. that
So
you saw.
crazy how like just a senseless killing gets rid of like a legendary catalog of music and impact on culture.
And it was such a big conspiracy. Like Suge orchestrated this and that.
Yeah.
Or Diddy or whatever. It's,
They have this whole thing about. There's like that new movie too with Johnny Depp. That's like about the whole thing too, right?
With Johnny Depp?
Yeah, yeah. With Forrest Whitaker and stuff. I think it was like literally talking about like the cops were conspiring on.
Oh shit.
Yeah, it's in the theaters now. Make sure you go see it in the theaters. Hashtag ad.
So, but in his case, like, I mean, he could also be paid to just come out.
That's what I'm saying. That could be part of the conspiracy too, you know?
Yeah, who knows?
But if this is true, then it also does make sense because it's like, yo, man, they had a lot of enemies and he was out and about and they're like, oh, look, it's him.
Did Tupac
Lucky
die
us.
instantly, or was it like a later on?
he died in the hospital later.
So then that means, like, if this is true, then Biggie's death was in vain then, right? Because supposedly they got back to Biggie because they thought Biggie was involved with the Tupac shooting, right?
Well, there was a previous Tupac shooting where he survived.
Yeah.
And then, so.
I hate these kind of things because like no one knows ever. You know what I'm saying? And then you just have all these people who don't know shit throwing out conspiracies and like it never lets that person rest, you know? And I hate that shit. It's like.
I wish they just had like a gangster historian that's just writing down, like a gangster scribe.
Yeah.
That's just
Feather pen and shit.
the accurate shit. And they can fold it nicely like an Asian girl writing a letter and then put it away somewhere so when we need it.
Well, no, then you take out a 40 and you pour it all over it.
Yeah.
And then you put it away.
Yeah, and then
They got a gangster scroll that's a bandana print. And then
bandana print.
And then they write it in Old English.
That'd be
Oh
tight.
fuck, ain't nobody gonna read that shit. That shit's hard to read.
Or the Cholo cursive.
So they're saying that Suge Knight and Tupac knew who shot Tupac. And then Tupac himself, that when police were questioning him, because he didn't die immediately, that all he said was, fuck you, to the cops.
Because they're not rats. They're street rats.
Damn. If I'm dying, I'm ratting everyone out.
Well, he probably thought he was going to survive because he had survived previously.
I wouldn't.
They should have told him you're not gonna survive this one. Who is it?
Dude, I get shot and grazed on the shoulder, I'm ratting. Fuck that.
Like ratting on people you don't even need to give up.
Yeah. And then this fool, he did a fucking bank robbery. And then this motherfucker, oh my God, get me out of this life. I didn't ask for this.
Dumb has drugs under his beanie right now. I'm like, what the fuck? That has nothing to do with this crime.
I chose the wrong life. I wanted it for the style and the girls, man. I didn't want this for the bullets.
No, so now the Netflix documentary producer, he was calling out to the cops like, hey man, like he just confessed to being an accessory to murder and you guys aren't doing shit. But then now they're coming out saying that.
Why would the documentary guys fucking ratting on him now?
That's the tricky thing is no matter like even if somebody comes out with a confession, like now they can't even prove that he actually did it too.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Because you need more evidence than somebody just blurting out outlandish shit at this point too.
Depends on what they got already. If he fits a piece, maybe.
Because dudes say shit like that for attention too now. You know what I mean? Like it's just now you gotta prove that guy did it too.
That's true. That's like people that say like, yeah, I got probed by alien too. Me too. And then like. So the camera crews and they could be a part of Ancient Aliens and shit, and then they could get a spot on History Channel, and then they'll make their own crop circle in their fucking backyard and shit. Be like, they came back, dude.
Well, the crazy thing is, literally these mini docs, like the crime mini docs, like open up cold cases again. Cause they like some of the journalists did better research than the cops.
Yeah,
oh, for sure.
Like that making a murderer shit.
Yeah,
that shit pissed me the fuck off.
One of the craziest things about this stuff though is how. You know, you lived your whole life, say like you're this guy, you lived your whole life and nobody knows who you are at the end of your life, and maybe now it's time to juice some notoriety for yourself because you're like, I wasn't anybody. Now I want to be remembered for being somebody. Like this kind of shit, like the kind of, not stolen valor, but like you're trying to like boost yourself in a weird way at the end of your life.
You want to die being the guy.
Being somebody.
Yeah.
Being somebody who had significance.
I whistleblowed.
Everyone knows the name John Wilkes Booth. Everyone knows the name Lee Harvey Oswald. Like that kind of shit.
Yeah.
I don't know. Something fucked up about that with our culture.
It is fucked up. I mean, the mass shooters is that same scenario.
Yeah.
And how I want to see this now. You know what I'm saying? Like how it's supply and demand. Like I obviously have a desire to see this because I just said I want to fucking watch this tonight, and I do. But it's fucked up that I do.
That's because humans love gossip and rumors, and all this is just next level gossip.
Well, and at the same time, you're using these people as a moral compass too. You know what I mean? Like, because you're judging yourself based on other people, and you're like, oh, if I idolize this person and they're doing that, then it's cool that I do that too, or the reverse. They're like, damn, that shit, I'd never do that.
The clickbait to me is the same shit, right? Where it's like it's just supply and demand. Like we can all hate on clickbait all we want, but we all
clicking on that shit.
We all do.
I can't resist. 12 types of new fucking donuts you never heard of. What the fuck?
Right. or we need to talk about this with a thumbnail, somebody going like this, and it's like, what do they need to talk about?
With the whole thing, and you gotta click from each one to the next to find out where are they now, and you're like,
oh, I hate it.
It's just human, because you have some innate need to see this, and it works. So it's not like it's bad when people do that. We just know how shitty it is, but we love it.
But we can't help
just like these documentaries.
I can't resist.
I gotta see where he died. I want to see an X on the spot.
I am one of the idiots that get baited like a little guppy fish. Click, 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 click.
It's like, you wouldn't believe what happened to this wife. Really? And then she's like on a boat or something, and I'm all like, I gotta see this.
Or even like an article where it's like why the Golden Girls were never even friends shooting the show, and I'm like, damn, I gotta see that.
I know. Right?
Why do I need to know this? I have no idea.
Like they look like they had such a great friendship.
But I thought Blanche and Gwen were friends or whatever.
By the way, that show is fire.
I love that show. I love that show.
Back again.
For all you youngins out there, check out Golden Girls.